Today we are making homemade granola bars with only 9 ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen. So let's do it. First, we are going to start with preheating our oven to 350 degrees. We're going to take 3 cups of oats and we're going to put this on a baking sheet and kind of spread them out. And then we're going to take 1 cup of dried, unsweetened, shredded coconut and we're just going to put it right on top of the oats. And you can help just kind of take advantage of all of our space and spread those out a little bit. And then you are going to toast these in the oven for 10 minutes and you're going to stir halfway through. Okay, we've just pulled out our oats and coconut and this is about the look you're going for. Okay, while those cool, we're going to get a small saucepan and a scale if you have it. We're going to get 115 grams of honey. I like to use raw and unfiltered when I can. If you don't have a scale, it'll be about 1/3 of a cup. Then you're going to get 4 tablespoons of butter and put that in there as well. And then you're going to get 50 grams of brown sugar. You can use all honey if you want. If you don't want to use sugar, you'll just do another 115 grams of honey. And then you'll also have to keep them in the fridge if you want them to hold up. It's the brown sugar and the honey, they make a good mix to where the bars will kind of stay together. Once you've added your brown sugar, then you'll add half a teaspoon of salt. And then you'll add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And this vanilla, homemade. Alrighty, and then you're going to put this over medium heat and you're going to let the butter melt and all the sugar melt together until it gets nice and bubbly. This is what you're looking for when it just starts to get bubbly like this. This is when you're going to cut the heat and let it sit for a minute, and then you're going to pour it into your oats while it's still hot. Okay, I have my oats, I have my hot butter and sugar mixture. We're going to pour it in there and we're going to go quick. You want to do it while it's still hot because it is a lot easier to mix together and get all the oats coated. And then too, if you want to add chocolate chips, it'll melt the chocolate chips nicely and it kind of also helps and acts as a glue. So I like to do that. Okay, now that our oats and coconut are getting nice and mixed, this is the fun part. This is where you get to decide what kind of granola bars you want. I like to add cranberries and dark chocolate to mine, but you can do apple cinnamon, you can do mint, you could like add peppermint and some dark chocolate. I haven't done that, but it'd be a fun experiment. For the add-ins, it's really just measure with your heart's desire. I like quite a few cranberries personally. I'd say I probably add maybe 1/3 of a cup. And then I'll kind of mix it and see if I like it and if I want to add a few more. I will add just a few more. Well, that's probably about half a cup in there of cranberries. And then I'll literally do just like a handful and it gives it a slight chocolatey taste. I love it. Okay, there's our granola bar mix. Now let's get a pan. I returned with a 9 by 13 inch pan. You can really do whatever pan you want. I like my granola bars a little more thin. Some people like a 9 by 9 and they like a thicker one. I like a thinner one just because I feel like it's easier to eat. So we're going to put this in there. We're going to kind of spread it out as best we can. Pour it out evenly. Okay, now you're going to spread it out as evenly as you can. Okay, now we're going to lay another piece of parchment paper on top, and we're going to take another pan and we're going to use this to flatten out our granola bars. And you want to start like a little pressure at a time in each corner to make sure that your granola bars are even. And then once they're pretty well smushed down and even, then you're going to go in and really give it some good force. Use all the lady muscles that God gave you. Alrighty, now that our granola bars are all flattened out as well as you can, they're going to go in the fridge for at least 2 hours. It's definitely the next day because I definitely forgot to finish this last night. So, anyway. Here's our granola block. And we're going to take it and you can just cut it into whatever sizes you want. I try to go for like the normal granola bar size. So I typically will start by cutting it in half, and then in half again, and then I'll go down and make the slices. All right, and there's our homemade granola bars made with only 9 ingredients. So you can trust what's in there and enjoy it. You can make it with as much or as little sugar as you want. You can customize it for whatever flavors you like. You can do apple cinnamon. You can throw some peppermint in there and make like a peppermint chocolate one. Super delicious, super easy to make, and you get, based on my cuts, you get 20 out of this batch. And I will post like a cost analysis of the difference of buying versus making. So there you go, delicious.